Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the most interesting and valuable coins in the world, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Now, if you're like most people, you might be thinking, isn't that just a regular nickel? Well, you might be surprised. This particular nickel has become a major sensation among coin collectors and investors, reaching a staggering market value of up to $4 million. You may have never heard of the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, but trust me, after today, you'll be on the lookout for this incredibly rare coin. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about this unique coin, its history, why it's so valuable, and how you could potentially find one yourself. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. This coin was first minted in 1938, honoring the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The design is instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Jefferson, and on the reverse, his home, Monticello, is depicted. The nickel is made from a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5 grams and with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The regular issue of the 1974 Jefferson nickel was minted at 3 U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia, such as the 1974 Jefferson nickel, would have a mint mark of P. Philadelphia, but that's not the case with the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Here's where it gets interesting. A handful of 1974 Jefferson nickels were struck without any mint mark at all. This tiny detail is what makes this coin incredibly rare and valuable. While the coin was minted in Philadelphia, it was accidentally produced without the typical P mint mark. This small oversight turned out to be a game-changer in the world of coin collecting. So, why is this coin worth so much? To understand its worth, we need to dive into a bit of history and a lot of collector demand. The rarity of the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is what truly drives its value. While the vast majority of 1974 Jefferson nickels were properly minted with a P mark, the coins struck without a mint mark are incredibly scarce. In fact, estimates suggest that only a few dozen of these rare nickels were ever produced, making it one of the most coveted coins for serious collectors. Now, let's talk about the market value. A 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, in pristine condition, can fetch prices that are absolutely jaw-dropping. Some auction houses and coin dealers have seen these coins sell for upwards of $4 million, depending on the quality of the coin, its provenance, and the level of demand at the time of the sale. If you're wondering why anyone would pay so much for a coin that's technically worth only 5 cents, it all comes down to rarity, historical significance, and collector interest. Coin collecting isn't just about the metal or face value of the coins, it's about the story they tell and the rarity they represent. And in this case, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is a true gem that tells a fascinating story of minting errors and unexpected discovery. Now, you might be asking, what does the war in the Pacific have to do with the 1974 Jefferson nickel? Great question. Here's the connection. The 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is sometimes associated with the war in the Pacific because of the historical context surrounding its production. During the 1940s, when the U.S. was engaged in World War II, the mint faced numerous challenges in producing coins. As a result, the production process was a bit chaotic, with several errors occurring. Fast forward to the 1970s, and the U.S. Mint was operating in a much more stable environment, but the legacy of errors from the wartime era still lingered. While the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel wasn't produced during the war, it represents a kind of echo of those earlier mistakes and missteps that happened during the Pacific War years. Collectors are drawn to these coins because of their historical ties to the mint's complex past. If you're lucky enough to have a 1974 Jefferson nickel, you might be wondering, how can I tell if mine is the rare no-mint mark version? It's actually quite simple. The 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel will not have a mint mark on the obverse side, where it normally would. If you see a P mint mark, then you're looking at a standard 1974 Jefferson nickel. The key is to inspect the obverse of the coin carefully, right under the date, to make sure there's no mint mark at all. Another important thing to note is the condition of the coin. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition are the most valuable, while those with wear or damage will fetch much less. If you think you have a 1974 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel, the best thing to do is to take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser. They can confirm whether or not it's the rare version and help you understand its current market value. Now, if you're hoping to find one of these rare coins, you're in for an exciting challenge. These nickels are incredibly hard to find, especially in circulation today. Most likely, they're sitting in private collections, so it's a good idea to attend coin auctions, check with reputable dealers, and join coin collector groups to increase your chances of coming across one. Some collectors have even been lucky enough to find a 1974 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel by simply searching through their loose change, though that's quite rare. It's also a good idea to monitor online auction sites where these rare coins are often sold. In conclusion, the 1974 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel is an incredibly rare and valuable coin. Its error in minting has turned it into a collector's dream, with a potential market value of up to $4 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting, this is one coin to keep your eye on. If you ever come across one of these rare coins, you could be holding a piece of history in your hand, and a fortune as well. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our deep dives into the fascinating world of rare coins. Who knows, your next coin find could be worth millions. See you in the next video, where we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1981 D-Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike because of its rare features and high market value. If you're lucky enough to own one, you could be holding on to a treasure worth up to $4 million. Let's explore why this coin is so special, how to spot it, and what makes it worth so much. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. It was first minted in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. The coin features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, on the reverse. Over the years, the design has been updated a few times, but the 1981 D version, which we're focusing on today, stands out due to its connection to a significant moment in history, the Pacific theater of World War II. Now, what exactly makes the 1981 D-Mint marked Jefferson nickel so valuable? It's important to note that the coin isn't rare in the traditional sense, as it was produced in large quantities. However, a specific variety of this coin, known as the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, has earned a place in the spotlight. This particular version is believed to have been produced with a special minting error, which greatly increased its value on the market. So, what is this minting error, and why does it matter? The War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel carries a distinctive feature, an incredibly rare double die that was mistakenly struck on the coin. This die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, resulting in a doubling of the features, usually seen in the text or design. In the case of this particular nickel, the doubling is noticeable on the word Liberty and the date, 1981, making it stand out from other coins minted that year. But how can you spot this rare double die variety? Look closely at the coin's lettering. The doubling on the L in Liberty, as well as the date in the date, are key features to check. You'll notice that these elements have a slightly blurry or doubled appearance. If you come across a nickel like this, it's time to get excited. This is the type of coin that has seen market value soar, with some selling for as much as $4 million at auction. What makes this coin even more unique is its historical significance. The War in the Pacific series was released as part of a broader effort to commemorate the United States' involvement in World War II, specifically the Pacific Theater. As such, the Jefferson nickel with this mint error is seen by collectors as not just a rare coin, but one that represents a pivotal moment in American history. So, how can you sell this valuable coin if you have one in your collection? The first step is to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatic expert. This grading will assess the coin's condition, authenticity, and overall quality, which are all factors that can impact its value. Coins with a higher grade, like MS 67 or higher, tend to fetch a higher price on the market. Once graded, you can sell the coin through major auction houses, coin dealers, or specialized collectors who are always on the lookout for these rare varieties. Now, let's take a look at the market trends for this coin. While it's true that most 1981 D. Jefferson nickels are worth only a few cents in circulation, the War in the Pacific double die version has seen its value increase dramatically over the years. The rare era varieties of this coin have consistently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some fetching even higher prices, reaching up to $4 million. This is a prime example of how a small minting error can drastically increase a coin's value, turning a seemingly common piece of change into a coveted collector's item. If you're wondering how many of these rare coins are out there, it's estimated that only a handful of them were ever struck with the double die error. This rarity, combined with the historical significance of the coin, is what has driven the market value up to such extraordinary heights. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of coins, making the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel an investment piece worth keeping an eye on. But what if you don't have one in your collection? Don't worry, there are still opportunities to find rare coins at local coin shops, estate sales, or even in change from your pocket. While the likelihood of finding a $4 million nickel in your spare change is slim, the search for rare and valuable coins is part of the thrill for collectors. Whether you're looking for a specific mint mark, year, or era variety, the world of numismatics offers endless possibilities. To wrap up, the 1981 D mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is a shining example of how a simple minting error can turn an ordinary coin into a highly valuable treasure. With its historical significance, rarity, and the intriguing story behind its minting, this nickel has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors and investors alike. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be holding a coin worth millions of dollars. Remember, collecting coins isn't just about money, it's about appreciating history, rarity, and the excitement of discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, there's always something new to learn and explore in the world of numismatics. Thanks for tuning in today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content on rare coins and their incredible values. If you're a fan of rare coins, especially those with historical significance, then you're going to love today's video. We're diving into the 1998 D mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, a coin that's not just valuable but also holds a deep connection to U.S. history. This particular nickel is worth millions of dollars, and we'll explore why it has such a high market value. Stick around, because this coin might just be sitting in your collection right now. To understand why the 1998 D. Jefferson nickel is so valuable, we need to first take a look at the historical context behind it. In 1998, the U.S. Mint released a special coin as part of a series to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II in the Pacific. This series was a tribute to the U.S. efforts during the war, and it included various coins that highlighted important events and figures from that time. The 1998 D mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel specifically honors the contributions made during the Pacific theater of the war. The design on the nickel is symbolic, featuring the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, just like on all Jefferson nickels, but with a subtle nod to the war. On the reverse, there's a depiction of the Pacific Ocean, referencing the battlegrounds that were critical during the conflict. This coin is unique not just for its design, but for the rarity of certain minting errors and limited production, which make it so valuable today. Now, let's talk about the mint mark itself, the D. This stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was struck. The 1998 D mint mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel isn't the most common coin from that year, which is part of the reason why it's so sought after by collectors. The Denver Mint produced a limited number of these coins, which gives them an edge in the market. But it's not just the limited mintage that makes them so special, it's also the condition of the coin and some of the rare errors that were made during the minting process. The market value of the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel can reach an impressive $4 million. That's right, $4 million. But why? Well, there are a few reasons for this sky-high valuation. First, the coin is rare, but it's not just rare in the sense of being hard to find. There are specific factors that make certain coins within the 1998 D series more valuable than others. One of the main reasons these nickels have such a high value is because of the condition they're in. Coins that are in mint condition, or have been preserved in near-perfect state, are incredibly valuable. The rarer the condition, the higher the price tag. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins because they are considered a piece of history, and owning one is like having a tangible link to a critical moment in American history. Another huge factor in the value of the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is the possibility of minting errors. Coins with unique or unusual characteristics that were caused during the minting process can become incredibly valuable. For example, some of these nickels were accidentally struck with double dies or misshaped, which increases their rarity. If you happen to find one of these error coins in your collection, you could be holding on to something worth millions. Imagine stumbling upon a nickel that has a flaw or error, maybe a double die or a misaligned die. That could be worth a fortune in the right condition. These error coins are the holy grail for collectors, and if you have one, you could sell it for a life-changing amount of money. Where to find the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel? Now, you might be wondering how to find a 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel in your own collection. The good news is, these coins are still out there, but finding one in top condition can be a challenge. You can start by checking your loose change or searching through coin rolls. Coin dealers and online auctions are also good places to look for rare nickels. However, you'll want to be cautious and make sure that the coin you're purchasing is authentic and in good condition. Always get a professional evaluation if you're unsure about the coin's value. So, what exactly should you be looking for when searching for this valuable coin? First and foremost, pay attention to the condition of the coin. A coin in mint or near mint condition will fetch the highest price. Look for coins that have minimal scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. The next thing to check for is the mint mark. Make sure the coin is a 1998 D mint mark, as this is the key to its rarity. Lastly, check for any minting errors. As we mentioned earlier, coins with errors can be worth far more than a standard version of the coin. If you notice any strange patterns, such as doubled images or unusual cuts, that could indicate an error, and it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. The market for rare nickels like the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is incredibly competitive. Collectors from around the world are constantly on the lookout for the next big find. Some collectors focus solely on acquiring nickels from specific years or mint marks, while others look for coins that have historical significance or unique features. The value of these coins is always changing based on market trends, but one thing is for sure, the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is in high demand. To wrap things up, the 1998 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is a coin with incredible value and historical significance. Whether it's because of its limited mintage, its connection to World War II, or the potential for minting errors, this nickel is something you should keep an eye out for if you're a collector or simply someone interested in rare coins. With a market value of up to $4 million, it's no wonder why so many people are eager to add this piece of American history to their collections. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare nickels, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin tips, history, and valuable finds. We have a fascinating and exciting topic to explore, the 2006 D Mint Mark War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, which has been known to fetch a staggering $4 million on the market. This specific coin is not only a symbol of American history but also a rare piece with immense value. In this video, we're going to dive into why this coin is so valuable, how you can identify it, and why it's become such a sought-after collector's item. Let's start with some background on the war in the Pacific Jefferson nickel series. The U.S. Mint released these nickels as part of a broader initiative to honor the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. The coin itself features a design that commemorates the U.S. role in the Pacific theater of the war, particularly with an engraving that marks the victory and the events surrounding it. Released in 2006, these coins were produced as part of a set, each marking different phases of American history. The War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel was one of the more iconic designs of that series. On the reverse of the coin, we see a depiction of the Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home, as a backdrop. However, the design's significance lies in its historical context, a time of great sacrifice and heroism during the war. Now, why has the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel become so valuable? One reason is rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, very few in circulation possess the features that make them highly desirable. A unique set of characteristics is key to the 2006 DS high price point. The key factor to look out for is the condition of the coin. Coins that are graded as near mint or gem quality, with minimal wear and no discoloration, are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auction. Another reason for the coin's high value is its connection to a historical event that continues to resonate with people around the world. The War in the Pacific was one of the most significant chapters in World War II, and as time passes, the value of artifacts from that era, especially coins like the Jefferson nickel, rises. People are drawn to the history embedded within the coin, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of this American legacy. But here's the kicker: not every 2006 War in the Pacific nickel is worth a fortune. The key to identifying a valuable one lies in understanding the specifics of the coin's minting process and the limited edition nature of certain coins. While the minting process for the War in the Pacific series was robust, there were variations that make some coins stand out from the rest. These include misprints, overdates, and unique marks that set them apart. For example, some coins might have a distinctive strike or an error that makes them far more rare than others. To identify whether your coin is worth that whopping $4 million, start by looking at its condition. A grade of MS 67 or higher is typically the threshold where values start to climb dramatically. The higher the grade, the more likely it is to be worth a substantial amount. You'll also want to look for coins with perfect or nearly perfect features, such as a clear and clean design without any visible blemishes or distractions. For those of you wondering where to find this 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, it's important to check with your local coin dealers, online auction platforms, and even coin shows. While the market for rare coins is highly competitive, it's still possible to find one of these valuable coins if you know where to look. Be sure to consult with experienced numismatists or get your coin appraised by a professional before making any major decisions. At this point, you may be wondering, how did the value of this coin reach $4 million? That's a great question, and it ties back to a series of high-profile sales and the growing trend of interest in rare U.S. coins. Over the years, the War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has gained recognition among collectors as one of the most valuable coins from the mid-2000s era. As people become more aware of its significance and scarcity, the price continues to climb. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, you're holding more than just a piece of American currency, you're holding a piece of history. The value will continue to appreciate over time, making it a fantastic investment for any collector. So, if you want to get your hands on this rare coin, or if you're looking to sell one, it's essential to stay informed about the latest trends in the coin market. Remember, knowing what makes a coin valuable and understanding how to grade it properly will give you the best chance at making the most out of your collection. As with any coin collection, patience is key. The journey of finding a valuable coin, like the 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel, requires persistence and a keen eye for detail. You might not find one right away, but with diligence, you'll increase your chances of coming across a rare and valuable treasure. Before we wrap up, let's review some quick tips for identifying a potentially valuable 2006 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Check the mint mark. Make sure it's a D mint mark, as this is crucial for this specific coin's rarity. Look for condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. MS 67 or higher is the sweet spot. Search for errors, misprints, overdates, or other distinguishing features can significantly boost the coin's worth. Get an appraisal. If you think you have a rare coin, don't hesitate to get it appraised by a professional to confirm its value. Watch for auctions. High-profile sales of rare coins can help establish current market values, so keep an eye on online platforms and local coin dealers. That's it for today's deep dive into the 2006 mint mark War in The Pacific Jefferson nickel, a coin with a market value that can soar up to $4 million. I hope you found this video informative and exciting, especially if you're a passionate coin collector or just curious about rare pieces of American history. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. We're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins that's recently captured the attention of numismatists and collectors worldwide, the 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. This coin, part of the United States Mint's National Parks series, might seem like just another regular nickel to the untrained eye, but it has some incredible features that could make it worth millions of dollars on the open market. So, if you're a fan of rare coins, or if you've ever wondered how certain coins can reach such high values, stick around because we're going to break it all down for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you could potentially own one that's worth upwards of $4 million. Let's get into it. First, let's take a step back and talk about the 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. The United States Mint released this coin as part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, a set that was issued in honor of the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II in the Pacific. The coin specifically honors the Battle of the Pacific, which was a significant part of American military history during the Second World War. You might be wondering, why would a nickel, which is typically worth only 5 cents, be worth such an astronomical amount of money? Well, the answer lies in a unique combination of factors that make this particular coin so special. To understand the value, we need to dive into the coin's design, its minting process, and the rarity of certain versions that can fetch tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Let's start with the design. The 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel features a beautiful and detailed reverse design that commemorates the Pacific theater of World War II. It includes an image of the Pacific Ocean with a World War II-era warship in the foreground, and a depiction of the American flag in the background. It also includes the words, "War in the Pacific" and "Honoring all who served." Now, what makes this coin truly stand out are the minting errors that have been discovered over the years. Some of the 2014 D Jefferson nickels produced by the Denver Mint have rare, unintentional errors that drastically increase their value. These minting errors can range from off-center strikes, double strikes, or even missing elements in the design, making them incredibly sought after by collectors. You may be asking, how can a mint error make a coin worth so much? Well, in the world of numismatics, mint errors are highly prized because they are unique, rare, and offer something that no other coin has. A minting error is a mistake that occurs during the production process, and it usually results in a coin being produced in a way that was never intended. Because there are so few of these errors in circulation, the value of these coins skyrockets due to their rarity. One of the most famous and valuable examples of this is a 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel that has been struck off-center. These coins, which have a design that is misaligned and partially missing, are considered to be particularly rare. When one of these off-center nickels hit the market, it fetched an incredible sum at auction, almost $4 million. That's right, you could have a coin that was originally worth 5 cents being sold for a mind-blowing amount, all because of a mistake made at the minting process. It's not just the off-center coins that are worth a fortune. Other error varieties, such as coins with a double die or missing elements in the design, have also been known to fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. This has led to increased demand and excitement among collectors, as more and more of these rare and valuable 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels are discovered. Now, let's talk a little bit about the process of identifying a valuable 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel. Most of the time, these coins look like standard nickels at first glance. The untrained eye might not even be able to spot the difference between a regular nickel and one that's worth millions. That's why it's important to know what to look for when searching through your change or looking for coins to add to your collection. The first thing to check is the mint mark. The 2014 D War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel has a D mint mark, which indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. So, if you come across a coin that doesn't have a mint mark, it won't be a 2014 D version, and it likely won't have the same level of rarity or value. Next, carefully inspect the design. Look for any signs of a minting error, such as off-center strikes, doubling of the design elements, or misaligned details. If you notice any of these issues, you might be holding onto something very special. In addition to mint errors, some 2014 War in the Pacific nickels are also valuable due to their condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, with no scratches, marks, or signs of wear, are often worth more than coins that have been circulated. If you find a 2014 War in the Pacific nickel in mint condition, it could still be worth a significant amount, especially if it's one of the error varieties. So, where can you find these coins? The best place to start is by checking your change. You never know when you might come across a rare coin hiding in your pocket or purse. You can also visit coin shops, auctions, or even online platforms where collectors buy and sell rare coins. Keep in mind, though, that the most valuable 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickels are extremely rare, so it might take some time to find one that could fetch such a high price, but, if you're serious about coin collecting, don't get discouraged. Keep hunting for those rare coins, and always be on the lookout for mint errors or coins in perfect condition. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might strike gold, or should I say, nickel. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key points of today's video. The 2014 War in the Pacific Jefferson nickel is an incredibly rare and valuable coin, particularly when it features minting errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or missing design elements. These coins can be worth millions of dollars, with one particularly rare example selling for almost $4 million at auction. To find a valuable 2014 War in the Pacific nickel, make sure to check for mint errors, inspect the condition of the coin, and look for the D mint mark. Keep searching through your change, visit coin shops, and stay engaged with the numismatic community. You never know when you might discover your own rare and valuable coin. Thank you so much for watching.